Live from WFSB, Connecticut's #1 local news, this is Channel 3 Eyewitness News at 7.
Good morning, everybody. We're following some breaking news this morning in West Haven, where police say a homicide investigation is underway on the ramp at exit 43. At 10 o'clock last night, police responded to I-95 southbound in West Haven for reports of a shooting, and upon arriving, the front seat passenger, 39-year-old Jawara Stinnett of New York, was found unresponsive. She was later pronounced dead. Now, no other injuries were reported, and police are currently investigating this incident.
All right, another headline is the weather. It is making headlines yesterday. We had some tornadic activity in the state yesterday in parts of northwest Connecticut. National Weather Service will be on site to see exactly what happened there. That was last night around between 6 and 7 p.m. Mark Dixon was all over it. If you tuned in to Channel 3, you knew what to do and where to go for safety. All right, not a whole lot going on out there right now, which is good news. It's the calm before the storm. Isaias is making its way towards the border of North Carolina and South Carolina, and it'll be there by later on this afternoon. As a Category 1 hurricane, it is expected to strengthen a little bit. You can see there's a hurricane warning in effect for right where South Carolina meets up with North Carolina, and tropical storm warnings are in effect for everybody else, including our shoreline communities. There is a tropical storm warning in effect for tomorrow. There's the storm. You can see it just to the east of Jacksonville, headed towards Charleston. It'll kind of stay out over the open waters of the Atlantic, intensify a little bit more, and then move into the borders of South Carolina and North Carolina. Let's watch it together. You can see it turns into a Category 1, and then it moves into land. It tends to fall apart a little bit. Land weakens the tropical systems, which is good news. Right now, 70-mile-an-hour winds moving north at about 9 miles an hour. Now, Tuesday, tomorrow at 2 p.m., it's just to the south of Connecticut. So we're going to be dealing with the wind and the rain tomorrow at 2 p.m. and then it moves through between 2 p.m. and 2 a.m. Wednesday morning. And you'll notice the wind speed 65 miles an hour to the south of us, but 40 miles an hour as it continues to turn its way towards the north and east. So the system is going to weaken, and it's going to move through rather quickly. We just got to get through the storm system. All right, as we take a look at what's in effect for us, tropical storm watch in effect for most of Connecticut, tropical storm warning in effect for the immediate shoreline. This is for tomorrow through early Wednesday morning. Also a flash flood watch is in effect for Litchfield County. This is for tomorrow as well. Today is going to be a pretty good day of weather. We're talking about partly to mostly sunny skies with temperatures in the low 90s. What can you expect out of Isaias? Flash flooding, wind damage, coastal flooding, and there's even the threat for a possible tornado or two somewhere in southern New England. So we're going to have to keep you posted. There is that threat. So here's what we're thinking in terms of rainfall. Looks like the axis of the heaviest rain stays just to the north and west of Connecticut and to the south and west. I mean, that's a big old bullseye right over northern New Jersey. So we don't need that much rain in anywhere from 8 to 12 hour time frame. 2 to 4 inches of rain expected for northwest and southwest Connecticut. Potential flooding from some flash flooding, gusts in excess of 45 to 55 miles an hour. There could be some power outages tomorrow, and the storm surge 1 to 3 feet above normally high conditions. And we've got that full sturgeon moon out there too, so keep that in mind. In the meantime, our Channel 3 early warning radar scanning the state dry. That's where we're expecting to stay during the day today. You've got a beautiful start out there, and it's going to be a beautiful day of weather. Temperatures will top out in the upper 80s and low 90s, partly to mostly sunny and humid. And then tomorrow we're dealing with the storm system, especially in the afternoon, tomorrow night, and very early Wednesday morning. Comes to an end Wednesday. Wednesday looks like a better day. Thursday looks great. Friday and Saturday, just an isolated chance for a scattered shower or thunderstorm, and then Sunday is dry, but those temperatures start flirting with 90 degrees towards the weekend. 7:04 is now the time. Caitlin Francis will send it on over to you.
All right, thanks, Scott. We're continuing to follow some developing news this morning where there were multiple reports of possible tornado sightings. You just heard Scott mention in Litchfield County yesterday. The National Weather Service hasn't said quite yet if that system was in fact a tornado. Paley's Farm Market, though, was hit especially hard by that storm. Now, those who live nearby are still trying to come to grips with how such extreme weather could hit their hometown.
I was in my house right over there, and I heard what sounded like a train coming through, and I came out and the wind was out of control, and then I just started seeing trees falling down. And right in my backyard over there, about 7 or 8 trees just got snapped off about 25 feet above the ground.
Now, owners of Paley's Farm Market in Sharon say the possible tornado ruined 3 of their greenhouses. You can see there on your screen. However, everyone is said to be okay, so some good news there. On to some breaking news from overnight. There are now more than 18 million reported coronavirus cases in the world. That's according to Johns Hopkins University. And the U.S. has the most cases with 4.6 million. 154,000 Americans have died so far. New hotspots are now appearing in the Midwest. And turning to the coronavirus here in Connecticut, where the Northeast District Department of Health, which covers most of Windham County, is raising a red flag for the spread of coronavirus among teens. In just the last week, 20 teens between 16 to 19 years old tested positive for coronavirus in Northeast Connecticut. 8 of those cases were in Woodstock, 4 in Brooklyn, 3 in Pomfret, 2 in both Eastford and Plainfield, 1 in Canterbury. Now, those new cases are a huge jump in comparison to the last 4 months, when just a total of 13 teens tested positive. Health officials are concerned, especially with back-to-school plans in the works. Moving to Manchester, where state police want to speak with eyewitnesses about a deadly shooting at a commuter lot. 20-year-old Jennifer Hicks of Massachusetts was gunned down about 2 o'clock yesterday morning. A second person was also shot. It happened at the commuter lot right off Buckland Street. Troopers say between 100 and 200 people were there at the time. And in New Haven, a killer is on the loose this morning. Police are asking for your help tracking that person down. A 22-year-old man was shot and killed just before 9 o'clock yesterday morning. Pinpoint News Tracker shows us exactly where this all happened on 1st Street near Kimberly Avenue in the Hill neighborhood. This is the city's 12th homicide this year. If you have any information, you're asked to contact New Haven Police. Now this morning, it was an exciting day for the UConn women's basketball team, where they finally are back on campus and participating in voluntary activities. All 11 teammates took a COVID-19 test. They all came back negative, so some great news there. There'll be changes, though. The team will be quarantining together. They'll only participate in on-court and strength and conditioning activities, and they'll be in small groups. And it was another win last night for the Hartford Athletic as they returned home to Dillon Stadium. Made it 4 wins in 5 games this season by beating off Loudoun United FC 4-1. Ever Guzman had 2 goals for the Athletic. Meanwhile, 18-year-old Connecticut native Alfonso Vasquez, who just graduated from Windham High School just a couple months ago, scored his first ever professional goal. The Athletic next face Philadelphia Union 2 in Pennsylvania. That game is next Sunday. Thank you so much for tuning into Eyewitness News. Remember, you can get news and weather updates anytime on the Channel 3 app. Have a great day.